Okay, this is a reaction video. This is Mark Goldbridge. Arsenal concede title to Liverpool. Now, to be fair, Arsenal didn't really concede it. They just didn't win when they should have. But that is what it is. And, Arsenal can only blame themselves for that because they didn't purchase a striker in the transfer window. And they relied on Kai Havertz, who got injured on his on the trip to when they had the FA Cup. Where was it? Was it Qatar? I forget where they went, but that's where they are. And Liverpool have a 13-point lead. They've won the championship in February. They won the Premier League, but that's what it is. What it is. But Arsenal only have themselves to blame. No question about it.
Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. They think it's all over. It is now. Surely even the most pessimistic Liverpool fan would admit you're going to win the league, and even the most optimistic Arsenal fan would have to say it is all over. And it will come down to a multitude of things, but I said this back in December. I said Arsenal were out of it in November, and I said Liverpool were going to win it in December, and that was...
Yeah, and I said so too. I thought Liverpool was always going to win the title. I never thought Arsenal was going to win the title, even if they brought to a 5-point deficit, if they had beaten West Ham, but they didn't, and it is what it is.
Simply because of two things. Liverpool were the better team and Arsenal were struggling to score goals, and that was only going to get worse with what's been going on with their lack of activity in January. I want to call Piers Morgan out and Arsenal fans who've had a go at Arteta, but look at the league table. We spoke about Liverpool. They had 3 big games coming up. They had obviously the Man City game, the Villa game away, and then Newcastle at home. They've taken 7 from 9. I mean, that is why they're going to win the league.
Yeah, I don't know what Piers Morgan has said. I really don't know about that. But yeah, if you take 7 from 9, that's championship. That's championship play. You're never going to catch a team who's playing that well.
Arsenal can talk about and bemoan about not taking their chances, and again, like the West Ham game, it's 13 shots for Arsenal but 1 on target, but statistically that's why the league is over. Arsenal have taken Liverpool have taken 7 points from 9 in 3 very difficult games: Villa, Newcastle and Man City, all in the top half of the table, and Arsenal have taken 1 from 6 against West Ham and Forest, and they've not scored in either game, and they've only conceded 1 goal. So the Arsenal defence has done well, but the Arsenal's attack, you could chuck it in a barrel of tits and it'd come up sucking its thumb, as David Brent once said. It's it's just so easy to see. But it is a disappointment to be sat here still in February actually, and the title to be won. But I think in some ways it's probably run a little bit longer than I thought. I mean, if you
well, I guess you can make that argument, and that's flattering to Arsenal. But again, like I said, I thought this title was won in December, not February.
Look at Liverpool, where they've dropped points. Man United, Newcastle, Everton. They have dropped some points that they probably shouldn't have dropped. So, in fairness, it's probably...
They haven't dropped enough. That's the point. They haven't dropped enough. That's why they had 67 points and Arsenal's at 54 points. Arsenal has dropped too many points that they need to.
Run a little bit longer, but the big statement for me was from Mikel Arteta when he was talking about the transfers in January and whether it was a mistake or not. And he said, look, nobody knows whether it is better to have done it or not, brought a striker in. We'll probably know at the end of the season. You know now, mate. You know now. And you've got people like Piers Morgan.
Well, he probably said that because of Kai Havertz before he got injured.
Who's an Arsenal fan, saying, I'd like to know who at Arsenal decided not to buy a new striker. Was it Arteta, or did the board overrule him? Whoever it was has completely fucked our season and needs to be held properly accountable. Look, Piers Morgan holds himself up as a journalist. I mean, mate, just go and... This is the...
Yeah, he may hold himself up as a journalist, but he also holds himself up as a fan of Arsenal Football Club, too. And I think he was speaking as a fan there, not a journalist.
Club you're meant to support. I know absolutely everything that my manager says at Man United. You're a journalist and you're an Arsenal fan and you're trying to pin it on Arteta again. Arteta, rah! I mean, bloody hell. I mean, this is his own words. at the start of February about the January transfer window. We had a clear intention, which is a window open to explore opportunities to improve our squad with players that can impact it. And effectively, we haven't achieved it, so we're disappointed. That's his words. He clearly wanted a striker, and your club clearly didn't deliver it. So I don't know why you're pinning in it, the Arteta out movement again.
No, I don't know that he's doing that, but if he is, he needs to rethink that, because Arteta's done a fantastic job, and he's going to do a fantastic job in the future. And look, Arsenal's still in the Champions League, so.
Look at the league table. You are comfortably in second place. You have conceded 1 goal in your last 2 games, but you've not won either game because you can't put the ball in the back of the net. I can't tell you. In an Arsenal sense, I can't tell you just how close Arsenal are to winning a league title.
Yeah, they are close, but again, it's close but no cigar. Again, second place, bridesmaid, not the bride.
And how an Excel spreadsheet has basically done you in. I don't think Arsenal fans and Arteta and players will have visions of Haaland or Salah as the reason they haven't won the league this year. It'll be bloody Excel spreadsheet saying computer says no, we can't buy a striker, because it was just... Look, if I was Arsenal, and this is what worries me about football, is what's the difference between coming second and first monetary value? Does anybody know? Because I remember this with United 10 years ago. There's a fantastic article about how why would the Glazers spend 200-300 million more to make United win a league when top 4, the difference between second place, third place and first place, monetary value isn't that much, but being in the Champions League is. So what's the value between finishing 4th and 1st apart from the trophy?
Yeah, if you look at it from that point of view, and I'm not saying I do, but if you look at it from that point of view in terms of monetary value and things like that, and it's not that big, then you don't need to win the Premier League title. Just finish in the top 4 and you make an exorbitant amount of money.
Now, to us fans, the trophy is all that matters. But to owners, some owners run football clubs financially. And you can criticise Man City and you can criticise Chelsea under Abramovich, but they were in it to win silverware. That's why they bought football clubs. Unfortunately, some football clubs are owned by people who actually want sustainability and profit. And that's Arsenal in a cup of tea, isn't it? Grab yourself a hop.
That's what it looks like, at least. I mean, they basically said, "Hey, we're willing to pay 40 million for Ollie Watkins. We're not willing to pay 60, so we're able to, we're going to suffer where we are in the league position. We're not going to win the Premier League, but that's okay as long as we make a buck."
Hobnob. It is. Arsenal have spent money, but when you look at the striker situation, it was all about the players we want are easier to get in the summer. Let's wait till the summer, because instead of, look, and you can say the players didn't want to join Arsenal in January. No player doesn't want to join in January. It's about finances. So if you wanted Sesko and Sesko's like, I think I'll wait till the summer, and Arsenal go, Leipzig have just accepted the bid, suddenly Sesko goes, oh, have they? All right, let's do it. And it's all about the money, Jesse J, FC. So I think Arsenal failed here. I'd be massively frustrated, and that's the bottom line, isn't it? That it's not on Arteta, it's on the ownership. And I'll never understand. Same thing happened with United. You look at United at the moment, you look at Chelsea at the moment. There are clubs out there that should have done stuff in January but didn't, because we're run by owners who have the emotions of millions of fans in their hands, and they just crush them because they think they know best. And
yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, it's about sustainability and being able to maintain your club and maintain a good balance sheet. And if that's what you're looking at, then Arsenal has basically succeeded. But if you're looking at it from winning trophies and silverware, you failed.
They don't know best. And a lot of the times their motivations are around money and not actually winning silverware, because financially it's not actually... I mean, the FA Cup is this weekend. Let's just call it how it is. The FA Cup is this weekend, and financially it's not worth anybody's time. Winning the trophy is nice for the fans, but the actual tournament doesn't make much money for the Brightons and the Fulhams, who if they get into Europe, it makes a hell of a lot more money. I mean, can I just call out one of the biggest disgusting hypocrisies in football as well? I was almost going to do a video on it. Man United will be going to the Middle East, not the Middle East, Asia, after a season where they've been moaning about game congestion, time and injuries. We're going to go at the very end of the season to play 2 games on the other side of the world. Yet all the big Premier League clubs voted not to have replays, which were massive earners for small clubs in this country. Yet they can all fly off at the end of the season to go and play meaningless friendlies to earn 6-7 million. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's the thing that I don't understand, is at the end of the season, why in the world would you fly to the Far East to play some friendly matches? You're end of the season, you're tired, you want to relax, you want to rest, you want to go on vacation. Why would you fly to the other side of the world just for a couple of extra quid? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Disgusting, isn't it? Absolutely disgusting. And it also poses the question as well, why we've got the UK 3 p.m. blackout to protect smaller clubs in the lower leagues, and yet we're getting rid of FA Cup replays and letting clubs go abroad to do things at the end of the season. It's all about the bloody money, isn't it? And that's what football has become. And ultimately, Arsenal don't have a striker because of money. But
No, we don't have a striker because we don't want to spend the money. We have the money, we just don't want to spend it.
You've got to take it back to Liverpool and say that to be 67 points and 13 points clear at the end of February and have a title race won, we're now we're now walking into the realms with Liverpool where it's not about when they're going to win the league or if they're going to win the league, because they are going to win the league. It's now becoming, a stunningly amazing debut season for Arne Slot. Carabao Cup coming up. They're still in the Champions League. It's now about for Liverpool what can they achieve? Just how good a champion are they going to be? By how many points are they going to win it? Have they got an opportunity here to go down as one of the great Premier League title-winning sides? It's not just about winning a title; it's about how good they can be. Can they win that Champions League? Because I look
again a while ago, a couple of years ago, he did a top 5 Premier League teams, and he put Arsenal, the Invincibles, in 4th place because they didn't win Europe. And I mean, look, if you're one of the best teams in the Premier League, then you should base it on the Premier League only. It doesn't matter what they do in the Carabao Cup or what they do in Europe. It's how well they won in the Premier League. That's what you should look at. But instead he based it on what they do in Europe. If you're one of the best Premier League teams, you've won the league. You need to base it on that, and if you win it again next year, the year after that, that's determined on whether or not you're one of the best teams in the Premier League, not what you do in Europe.
Look at their next few Premier League games. Well, all right, they've got PSG home and away coming up. That's massive for them. Liverpool play Southampton at home in the league. That'll be another 3 points. Then it's the Carabao Cup game. Then it's Everton at home in the league. You'd expect that to be another 3 points. Then it's Fulham away, West Ham at home, Leicester away, Spurs at home. I mean, realistically, they've got, 10 games left. They could be posting 90 points, which I don't think anybody's really given Liverpool the respect of being that type of team this season. So, yeah, look, I don't want it to happen. It's going to happen. It is what it is. And
look, he's a Manchester United fan. He doesn't want Liverpool to catch up with United, tie them on titles won. I get that, but that is what it is. And Liverpool's been the best team, and they deserve to be the champions of the Premier League. There's no question about it.
I don't think with a striker Arsenal would have won the league anyway.
Neither do I.
But that's very sad for an Arsenal fan to say our club decided that. You may as well not turn up to games. If Arsenal Football Club are saying we're not buying a striker for financial reasons, then why do Arsenal fans bother turning up for league games between now and the end of the season?
Well, look, it's on my bucket list. I'm going to be at the Arsenal-Chelsea game, okay, at the Emirates on March the 16th. I'm going to be there, okay? That's why I'm going to show up, because it's on my bucket list. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I do not live in London. I've never been to London. I'm going to go to the Arsenal-Chelsea game so I can be at the Emirates Stadium and watch my favorite team play. That's why you show up.
Your owners wrote the season off, really. Thanks for watching. Take care. Speak to you.
Yeah, this is Mark Goldbridge. Arsenal conceded title to Liverpool, but I think they did it back in December. I don't think they were ever going to win the Premier League, but that is what it is. Please click like, share, and subscribe for Mark Goldbridge as well as for me. Thanks for watching.